What began as a routine reconnaissance mission turned into chaos when the Navy SEAL team's position was compromised. Drawing a full-scale Taliban assault, the squad immediately switched to a bounding overwatch tactic, constantly changing positions, taking turns firing, and covering each other's retreat towards safety. But the Taliban forces were overwhelming, and there was no breaking through their encirclement. Danny tried to reach HQ for backup, but there was still no signal. Then he took a bullet to the finger, and the team leader was hit in the shoulder during the firefight. The situation was grim. Since this was a recon op, they were traveling light. No heavy gear, not even ballistic helmets. One fighter charged Jack, and the two went hand to hand. But the insurgent underestimated SEAL training. Jack slammed the man's head into a rock, grabbed his rifle, and put him down. Then the enemy set up a heavy machine gun. Mark, caught off guard, nearly lost his life. The withering, suppressive fire pinned them in place, while other fighters advanced. That couldn't last, so Mark tossed a smoke grenade and began pulling back. In the chaos, Jack took a bullet to the leg, and Mark was hit as well, cursing loudly as he hit the dirt. Now all four were wounded, and the Taliban brought up an RPG. The team knew they were out of options. With a cliff behind them and enemies closing in from the front, their only choice was to jump. They tumbled violently down, hitting rocks hard and sustaining even more injuries. Regrouping at the bottom, they tried to plan their next move, but the Taliban attacked again. Under a hail of bullets, they kept retreating until Danny was shot in the leg again, this time completely immobilizing him. Mark, closest to him, dragged him along until they found some cover. The reprieve was short-lived. The Taliban were on them again. Another cliff loomed ahead, leaving them no choice but to jump once more. As Mark lifted Danny was hit a third time and died instantly. Mark's foot slipped, sending him tumbling down too. The remaining three, already battered, took more damage from the brutal fall, and the sat phone still had no signal. With the enemy still in pursuit, the team leader handed Mark their last magazine. Under covering fire from Mark and Jack, the leader clawed his way to the highest rock. There, he finally got through to HQ and called for air support. But before he could make it back, a burst of enemy gunfire cut him down. He never left that battlefield. HQ immediately deployed 16 SEALs aboard Chinook helicopters to launch a rescue mission.